thought he was gonna die. Maybe 15 times. I mean, it was just, every day was a different day, but there was so many days when I walked in and I had nurses coming up to me, telling me, just put him on morphine, just let him go. Doctors telling me, just let him go, just let him go. And there was times I asked him, like, are you tired? Are you tired of fighting? And I don't remember if he remembers everything because he was in and out of all the medicines and stuff, but he would look at me and he would look tired and I would get scared. So it was a lot of times when I thought he was gonna die.
Angel Perez wasn't supposed to be alive. His body had been ravaged by a flesh-eating bacteria. His limbs were stiff, dark, and lifeless, rotting like a mummy's from gangrene. His family had even agreed to move him to hospice last summer, but then Angel found his miracle, one he believes could only have been an act of God. The miracle left him a quadruple amputee, and today, more than a year after he got sick, Angel's life is a constant struggle. Everyday tasks are nearly impossible. He gets by with the help of his friends and family, including his daughter Delina.
Well, let me tell you something. She's the greatest daughter I ever had in my life. Since she was little, she was okay for her daddy.
You okay?
Angel's life changed forever right here along Matt's Landing Road, where he loved to go crabbing. This is a tributary to the Morris River in Cumberland County, near Delaware Bay. What once was his favorite place, this beautiful, peaceful corner of New Jersey, was the source of his life-threatening illness. Angel, a retired auto mechanic, had been coming to these waters for years, often wading in up to his knees. No one could possibly know that July 2nd, 2018 would be the last time he would feel the cool, salty marsh water on his hands and feet. This is where he contracted Vibrio vulnificus, a bacteria that led to a deadly flesh-eating infection through an open cut on his right leg. Angel said he was in excruciating burning pain when he found himself in the intensive care unit at Cooper Hospital in Camden, just 2 days after he left the waters of the river.
He was near death when he was transferred to us. He had an infection in his leg. He was in the intensive care unit. He was on medications to help support his blood pressure so that he wouldn't die. And it wasn't clear whether he was going to die or not when he was originally transferred to our hospital.
Doctors were racing to beat Angel's rare disease. Brutal infections were coursing through his body as family watched in disbelief as his limbs were rotting before their very eyes.
Looking at my dad's arms and his legs, it just didn't seem real. It seemed like something out of a movie. It seemed like something that was fiction because I've never seen nothing like that in my life. Like, how do you go from being 100% skin intact, bone intact, and to arms and legs that are moving like plastic pieces, and he can actually bang them together where they sound like rocks. And for me, I was angry. I was angry to see him like that, to be honest. I knew he didn't deserve it. I knew that he was too young to be going through what he was going through.
At one point, Angel broke down in tears, begging for a way to save his limbs. He seemed to know that death was weeks, if not days away. So he finally said to get on with it, that it was in God's hands.
And it appeared that his body was trying to survive. He was fighting to survive this illness. And so as he got a little bit stronger, that's when the decision was made to do the amputations.
And so, in late August of that summer, after 2 surgeries, Angel was left a quadruple amputee. To this day, doctors can't fully explain how he survived.
You ready, Angel? 1, 2, 3.
Other people do not necessarily survive. There are people that have the same presenting issues and they don't survive despite our best efforts.
I said, you're a strong man. You're a strong man. You're a real strong man. I can't find out nobody else can took all this punishment. You know, it's hard days, and I took it. I'm still here.
In the weeks that followed all that punishment, Angel would embark on an even greater battle. How do you begin to piece your life back together after losing so much? Where do you start?
Like a fraction of a second too early. That one was perfect. Perfect.
You start from the beginning. You learn to do everything over again.
This is a cup with a pin on top so my dad could put it on his nub and he could sign his own name. And my stepmom made it so he could be a little bit more independent. You okay, Daddy? You want to go outside for a little bit? You tired?
There's a reason he's still with us. I know the family is a family of faith, and they believe there's a God, and that they believe that this is God's will for him to be part of their family and part of their community still.
As if being a quadruple amputee wasn't difficult enough, Angel also suffers from Parkinson's. Right now, he's having an off episode where he's losing control of his motor skills.
That's what the Parkinson's does. You have no mobilizing. It's different, it's slowly, no speech, and you try to focus, but there's no communication between your brain and your body.
Through it all, there's faith and family. Angel won't hide. He won't give up. He won't ignore the enormous challenge ahead. He's determined to live a full life, and he vows to walk again despite the pain and frustrations. In the face of these difficulties, Angel manages to have a sense of humor, joking with another man about trading wheelchairs.
I pray you for this one. I pray you.
Calling his leg stump a baby hippopotamus. Or boasting about his biceps.
Just exercise any boxes.
Why don't you say I'm like Popeye?
Yeah, me and him joke around a lot. Like, it'd just be funny. He'll call me a whole bunch of different names. There's never one specific name he has for somebody. Like, everybody, he'll make up random names. That's just him.
I was just proud to say, like, hey, that's my dad. He's fighting this, and he's willing to take on this challenge and actually live different than everyone else, because it's not easy living a life without your arms and your legs. Because I knew if I was in his shoes, I would probably be going crazy to see myself in that condition, but just to know that my life would be totally different.
Aunque digan que estoy loco y el día que yo no la lavo, el alma se me entristece. Mira mi amigo Andrew, listen to the song, you're gonna be happy. Amen.
17 months after contracting the deadly bacteria and 15 months after leaving the hospital, Angel tries to stay busy, doing things he might normally do. Eating in a diner, going outside, even collecting the mail.
I try to do everything more, and sometimes it's hard because of my condition. And then when I see people help me out, they don't mind, they don't care. That made me feel good because I feel I got somebody care for me. I got somebody got a passionate love to take care of me.
Angel says he's always been deeply religious. He could have been angry and bitter after getting sick, maybe turn his back on God. Instead, he finds comfort in God, attending services, praying with others.
He needed to hear that he wasn't alone, even in the midst of what the doctors was calling them last moments. And he felt the last moments. He felt, there was moments that he felt it, but he didn't give up. He believed. He believed in the power of the prayer.
So many people just praying for him and just praying for a miracle of God to come upon him. And that's what we're looking at now, at this moment. We're just looking at a miracle of God.
Yeah, I want to come back and try and do the best I can because I'm not perfect. We're not perfect. I come here, serve the Lord, enjoy in the Lord, That's what I want. That's my job that I have to accomplish.
He's always telling me, I love you, Pastor, I love you. And I told him, Angel, I love you too.
For Angel and his family, there was no one to blame. This was just a rare and horrible attack from the natural world. And while no one knows for certain what his future holds, it's faith, Angel says, that has given him meaning and purpose. And faith that's given him the will to keep going and look out over the waters that nearly took his life.
What I went through and I here now, thanks God that I'm here. I came to a place that I almost lost my life, but I lost my God was with me all the time. Damn. You know, and I got too much to say, you know.
I think that he went through so much already that really nothing doesn't faze him at this point. It's not like he wants pity or sympathy. And he's kind of, I don't want to say he's past not having arms or legs, but it seems like he's come to grips with it. He understands it.
Got my heart and soul, and I feel my brain, my memories. See, when I get in the morning, the sun shine for everybody. If you shine for everybody, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. If you don't shine for you, it's shine for you, that's not right. They say, God said, the sun's gonna shine for everybody, for the birds, for the water creatures, the fish and everything. It's just like heaven.